Lu Karen blushed even more after being praised by Zhang Yi. But she still said excitedly, "Brother, I want to build a mecca. Is it okay?" Zhang Yi's eyes were slightly startled. Mecca? In Zhang Yi's impression, that kind of thing has always existed in science fiction movies. Of course, today in 2051, humans have indeed developed the prototypes of various mechas. But they are too expensive, and their performance does not meet the requirements of mass production. So far, no country has heard of a large number of mecha troops. Some scientific studios have made some exoskeleton-like things because of their hobbies. Lu Kuran seemed to see Zhang Yi's doubts, and she said embarrassedly, "Actually, I work in mechanical engineering because I like robots. Being able to build a mecha is my biggest dream. I didn't dare to think about it before. After all, the structure of the mecha is too complicated, and the required components are as many as tens of thousands. But now, I have the ability of God-machine control." Lu Kuran looked at her right hand. She couldn't help but hold it tightly, her eyes full of confidence. "After replicating the origin bomb, I think my ability may turn the mecha into a reality. What ordinary humans can't do, aliens may be able to do." Zhang Yi smiled. "If you want to do it, just do it. I support you." Lu Kuran put her hands behind her back and said embarrassedly, "But that will require a lot of materials." Zhang Yi waved his hand. "It's okay. Tell your brother if you need anything. It's just materials. Isn't it difficult to solve? How can the huge Tianhai city still lack the little materials she needs?" Zhang Yi didn't know at this time how much trouble his casual promise would bring him in the future, because he forgot to ask how complicated the materials needed for the mecha that Lu Karen was going to build were. Zhang Yi got a new weapon, just like a child getting a new toy. After the end of the world, he fell in love with weapons with powerful lethality. Although the war is temporarily over, he still spends a lot of time training every day with the idea of being prepared for danger in times of peace. The first is to learn martial arts with Liang Yu. Zhang Yi's melee ability is a little weak, so it is important to improve his martial arts. He cannot fight with others in close combat, but he must know how to do it. In addition, it is to develop his own abilities. Now his ability level is no less than that of Bian Junwu. Although he is not as terrifying as Yuan Kongya, he can be regarded as a powerful alien. With the sudden acquisition of huge power, his abilities will also change. Zhang Yi needs to spend some time to get familiar with the various skills after strengthening. Under the urging of Zhang Yi's efforts, other people in the shelter did not dare to relax, especially Uncle Yu and Fatty Sue. After the two learned about the classification of superpower levels, they realized that they belonged to the aliens below the Delta level, that is, the aliens whose upper limit had been fixed long ago. But Zhang Yi reminded them that superpowers are only part of combat power. If they master their abilities well, it is not surprising that low-level aliens can defeat high-level aliens. So they are all training hard, just to avoid dragging Zhang Yi down in future battles. It seems that everyone feels that life in the future will not always be comfortable. After an unknown day, they will face new challenges. And this day came at a speed that was somewhat unexpected, because the email from the Jiangnan district has been sent to Zhang Yi. The email was received after a certain dusk. It was a rare sunny day. The snow in the sky stopped, and the sun shone weakly outside the shelter through the clouds. The sun is white, and the light has no temperature, but it makes the earth more bright. Zhang Yi sat in the living room, opposite the blazing fireplace. The firewood crackled in the fire, the orange flames flickered, and a wisp of green smoke rose up and was discharged through the shelter's air purification system. Zhang Yi wore a blue flannel pajamas and lay barefoot on a high-end sofa imported from Rome. Yang Mi sat at the other end, massaging his feet with a technique she had just learned. Zhang Yi took out his mobile phone and saw the email signed by Office of the Commander-in-Chief of Jiangnan Region, and he immediately became alert in his heart. Could it be that Bailey Chongqing did not keep his promise and leaked my information? Zhang Yi was a little worried. Now his life is very comfortable, and he doesn't want to be someone else's younger brother at all. He clicked on the email, read the contents carefully, and his brows relaxed, because the content of the email was not directed at him personally, but an open letter. The content of the letter is an order to the alien organization in the entire Jiangnan region. Request: they must arrive at the Jiangnan district headquarters on time on April 8th. This is an order from Zhu Zheng, the commander of the Jiangnan district. Although the email did not say what would happen if they did not go, it is clear to think with your toes. Anyone who dares not to go is equivalent to falling out with the Jiangnan district. At that time, they will probably face the wrath of the Jiangnan district. Zhang Yi has no doubt that a team like Bian Junwa's Black Robe team can easily wipe out all the alien organizations in a city. This day has finally come. It's not unexpected, Zhang Yi said lazily. Although he was not very happy to leave Tianhai City, this situation would happen sooner or later. After the Ice Age, the high-level government orders could not be issued to the local areas, resulting in large and small organizations in various regions. As the situation gradually stabilizes, it must be managed uniformly by the high level. Otherwise, the whole land will be in chaos. And once encountering external enemies, it will not be able to form an effective force to resist. The Jiangnan district must free up its hands at this time to gather the scattered sands of many cities in Jiangnan. Zhang Yi could understand this. It's just that he is lazy and only wants to take care of his own little piece of land. Zhang Yi was not the only one who received this email. The entire Jiangnan region, hundreds of cities, large and small forces, as long as the scale reached a certain level, all received this email. A call from the Jiangnan region? Are they asking us to pay homage? Are we going to fight? No, it shouldn't be that serious yet. I really don't want to go. It would be great if I could be a local emperor here. Unfortunately, I can't beat them, so I have to go. What's the world like outside now? I'm also curious, so let's go there. Zhang Yi looked at his phone lazily. He had no way to refuse this matter. Even if his strength became very strong, he didn't want to go against the strongest force in the region. But he had to find out the situation in advance. Zhang Yi found Bailey Chongqing's contact information from his phone, smiled slightly, and called him.